Solplanet 3K-10K 3-phase solar inverter is a transformerless solar inverter with 2 MPP trackers. It converts the direct current, DC, from a photovoltaic, PV array to grid-compliant alternating current, AC, and feeds it into the utility grid. This video illustrates how to mount, install, and commission the Solplanet 3-phase inverter. Thoroughly inspect the packaging upon delivery. If you detect any damage to the packaging, which indicates the inverter may have been damaged, inform the responsible shipping company immediately. We will be glad to assist you if required. Carefully check all of the components in the carton. In case anything is missing, please contact your dealer. Avoid exposing the inverter to direct sunlight, rain, and snow to ensure optimal operation and extend service life. Use the wall bracket as a drilling template and mark the positions of the drill holes. Drill holes with a drill. After drilling holes in the wall, place screw anchors into the holes. Then attach the wall mounting bracket to the wall using the self-tapping screws delivered with the inverter. Hang the inverter to the wall mounting bracket. Check both sides of the heatsink to ensure that it is securely in place. Secure the inverter to the wall mounting bracket on both sides using the accompanied screws. To ensure adequate heat dissipation, the clearances between the inverter and other objects are recommended as follows. Switch off the miniature circuit breaker and ensure it against being inadvertently switched back on. AC cable requirements are as follows. Loosen the swivel nut of AC connector. Insert the crimped conductors into corresponding terminals and tighten screws with the screwdriver. Insert the adapter to the socket element, stuff the seal ring into the adapter, and tighten the swivel nut. Plug the AC connector into the socket for the AC connection. If required, you can connect a second protective conductor as equipotential bonding. Disconnecting the PV array. Make sure the AC circuit breaker is disconnected and the DC switch is in the off position before connecting. Strip 12 mm off the cable insulation. Route the stripped cable all the way into the DC connector. Ensure that the stripped cable and the DC connector have the same polarity. Press the clamping bracket down until it audibly snaps into place. Ensure that the cable is correctly positioned. Push the swivel nut up to the thread and tighten. Connecting the PV array. Check whether the DC connector has the correct polarity. Ensure that the open circuit voltage of the PV array does not exceed the maximum DC input voltage of the inverter. Connect the assembled DC connectors to the inverter until they audibly snap into place. Ensure that all DC connectors are securely in place. Seal the unused DC inputs with sealing plugs so that moisture and dust cannot penetrate the inverter. Solplanet 3-phase inverter provide 3 different modes of communication. Dependent on the installation region, smart meter, RS485, and Wi-Fi or GPRS stick. These can, based on your requirements, be chosen during the order process. Remove the communication plate from the inverter. Loosen the swivel nut of the cable gland on the communication plate. Remove the sealing plug and lead the stripped cable through the cable gland and communication plate. Press the latch of the smart meter terminal and insert the stripped cable accordingly. Make sure the cable is connected firmly. Insert the smart meter terminal to the socket. Attach communication plate to the inverter with M4 screws and tighten the swivel nut. RS485 cable pin assignment as below. Check the cable with the cable tester. Make sure the cable is connected. Loosen the swivel nut of the cable gland on the communication cover. Remove sealing plugs and lead the cable through the swivel nut, sealing ring, communication cover, and magnetic ring. Insert the cable into the socket. Attach the communication cover to inverter with M4 screws and tighten the swivel nut. Remove the anti-dust cap of the connector on the inverter by rotating anti-clockwise. Insert the GPRS or Wi-Fi stick to the connector on the inverter. Rotate the nut on the stick clockwise and tighten it. Check the PE connection with the multimeter. Make sure that the inverter's exposed metal surface has a ground connection. Check the grid voltage. Check that the grid voltage at the point of connection of the inverter complies with the permitted value. Switch on the miniature circuit breaker and DC switch in turn. After sufficient DC power is applied and the grid conditions are met, the inverter will start to operate automatically. The inverter is equipped with 7 LED indicators, which provide information about the various operating status as follows. Well, this is the end of the video. Thank you for watching. If you have any technical problems with our products, please contact our service